Hi, everyone. It's Life and Vibe, otherwise known as Ray. And today I thought we would just check in on the Flagstaff. It is the 2024 version of the 25 FKBS. And we know that it is the very much loved and well lived in RV camper of our good friend Sarasota Tim. And one of the things that Tim always loves to say is just one of these types of homes that you could just pop up and live in, just take it around. It's so much easier than the sticks and bricks. But we're going to check in and see whether or not that's true and how much maintenance and care does the Flagstaff need. But we're going to take a look at a couple of little videos because I found some gems that I wanted to do a little bit of a look back in time. It's going to be real quick, but there are two. One is obviously Tim here was talking about the fact that he was going to sell the Flagstaff. And this, if you look at the date, coincides with the time that he and Tammy were potentially thinking about purchasing a sticks and bricks after the sad and untimely passing of Dwayne Musselman. But if you do like this type of content, make sure to hit the likes and subscribes. And if you do see that little hype button, give us a hype. It's appreciated. And we always love to troll Tim with a buy me a coffee too. It goes to help with the work with my rescue pups. And I appreciate all of you who have contributed. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. So this video is when Tim declares he is no longer selling the micro light. Take it away, Timmy.
So to Tim. All right, let's start bragging now. Let's start bragging about this fine camper I got. Somebody said in comments, two things. First thing I want to say is thank you very much regarding my battery and the inverter switching. Okay, I have the smart one, all right? So I just looked at it again. My friend Jay from the villages in Florida that was shooting guns with me out in Bullhead City, he knows a little bit about stuff. And he looked at it. He actually knows a lot about electricity and everything. And I don't have to switch anything on mine. It detects it. And I just opened up the panel.
And once again, this is why these videos are so interesting, because if anybody has followed along the story of Sarasota Tim, he and JJ are obviously no longer speaking to one another. And JJ, in fact, has his Crushing It in Florida channel, and you can check that out here on YouTube. He's got some fun videos to watch, and as somebody who knew Tim and kind of and got to know him as a subscriber and viewer of the channel, and has experienced kind of the con that is this person. But this is the next one after this. It's great. But this was filmed back, I said, in July. I think July 23rd of 24. Miss Tammy time.
Nothing, no switch, nothing. It just says smart whatever, and it knows. The little sticker in the front. I should have videoed it. Tammy told me to, but I didn't. And then the solar panel, I don't know if that was accurate or not, but I pushed a button in the bedroom and illuminated it so I can see, it says 12 volt and no amps or whatever, but I think that's definitely working now and charging the battery, but I'm on shore power.
And it's interesting to hear him talking about this, because one thing that we don't see in his content is his regular maintenance performances of the Flagstaff. And from what I read, and we'll take a look at the actual sort of care and maintenance schedule that the company recommends, Tim is nowhere on track. And at this time, he had somebody else who owns an RV checking stuff on him instead of paying the cost of the maintenance, which I understand from the company runs at around $1,000 a year.
So that's doing that now, right? And so let's just, before I want to take you for a tour through Campers Inn here in Panama City Beach. It's been here forever. I've been here a few times, and of course I was in a tent. There's a tent area, which I think they've shut down because there are coaches in there right now, because this place is full. But I have come here when there were tent spots. And like I say, we're going to go the whole park, and there are people living here. But this is what I'm talking about when I said the sweet spot is under 30 feet. This is 25 feet, 11 inches from the tongue where it goes on the ball to the rear bumper. And so I might be maybe 23 feet on the inside, but looking at this camper right now.
Now, I understand from reading the specs on this, it is something that's made for a couple. And it is made, you could live in this full time as long as you're doing the maintenance on it.
with my 19-foot awning out that hasn't been deployed much. I never leave it out.
Yeah, I know. And I think the awning doesn't work correctly anymore. And he has not bothered to fix it. Of course, Sarasota Tim. Cheap.
When I go away because I don't want the wind to get it or whatever. That is a absolute, this tree is in the way, but that is an absolutely magnificent looking travel trailer. I'm not just saying that. It's the best one I've ever seen in my life. It's got that beautiful windshield in the front. It's a car windshield. It's glass. It's got the window here on the side in the kitchen. And now most campers...
Well, you're welcome, Tim. That was purchased by the American taxpayer.
Cougar doesn't even have one. He's got a small window there to look out. But most campers, they call this the campfire side. There's usually a window, but this camper doesn't have that. It has the windows on the slides in the back, but you never look that way because when you park them like we are in here, as you can see, everyone looks this way. You know, they look at their campsite, their campfire side. So that's one of the things they say about the Flagstaff is there's no big window because that's the TV and all that right behind where it says microlight, and the bathroom and the shower is right there. But to me, it doesn't matter. I love the fact it's got 2 doors. And the reason for that, if you don't know, is if you're in the living room and you want to come out, boom, you got a door. Okay. You're in the bedroom, but someone is in the shower in the middle, and there's 2 doors. There's a closet door, a slide door. It's not actually a closet door. We call that a pocket door. It doesn't have that. It has a sliding door, which broke off the hinge. I can fix it, but I gotta look at that. I'm bouncing on the bumpy roads out there.
I wonder if Tim's fixed that or not. Or did he employ one of his neighbors or a friend to fix it? Tim, as we know, doesn't like to fix stuff. That's why it's always so fun to go back and look at some retro Tim.
It's the only thing that's happened to it. But if someone's in the bathroom, you can simply deploy the same stairs and open that door, which I never use it, but I should. And you can come out and go to the living room or come out of the camper without waiting in the bedroom for someone to finish in the bathroom. So boom, and plus it's another safety feature too. So coming around, you've got these excellent stairs. It's not those kind that, it goes on the ground, so you don't, have that those old style. It's got the Goodyear endurance tires that comes on the camper. This is not a sales pitch. This is I don't think I'll ever sell this, and I'm not worried about losing money because I bought it.
Tim, your videos on the Flagstaff aren't the ones that come up on a Google search. Somebody else does.
Right, and I've lived in it for 9 months, and so I could afford to sell it at a price that would go like that. But I'm not going to because
I understand they sell it around $27,000 now for 2024. That's what I saw, around $27,000.
I love it. Look at it, and it hasn't even been washed in 6 months. But as we come around the back, the slides are deployed. How you doing there, Stuart? So here's the slides, and they have these awning covers. Not a lot of them have that. See these trees? They're dropping little acorns and
YouTube Sarasota Tim back here. Got to advertise that channel. That I've seen that there's some days, Tim, I actually have had more views than you have in the past 30 days.
And pines and stuff, and that can get in the slide there when you pull these back in. That can be a problem. So these will roll right off when these go in. And look how big these slides are. These are full slides, 2 of them on this 25-foot coach.
And the reason why this is a great video is because the next one, well, we're going to look at the care and maintenance. We can see what he needs to be taken care of. I mean, he could be doing a whole thing if he decides to learn, but, I think it's probably easier just to take it to a dealer that does maintenance on these, take a night in a hotel or however many nights and let them do the work to keep this maintained, Tim. You may never be able to afford to upgrade.
Camper trailer, and this is the big living room with the theater seats and the refrigerator that comes out, and this is the headboard in the bedroom. There's an outdoor shower with hot and cold water. I have it locked up, and I have this squirter thing, and this is the city water.
Is that where that leak has been happening in the shower cabinet?
We're going in your power, and this right here when you drain. Oh, I got to do that right now. She's in there showering. I've got to drain that water. She's probably flooding.
This is Tammy time. He's messing around, Tammy over there in the shower. He's all bored. He's like, oh, let me pop out a 6-minute YouTube video and make a little bit of quick cash. Get a couple of hundos in my pocket.
I haven't drained the gray tank. I got to hook up the hose. But anyway, I'll finish the...
he thinks Tammy is like a succubus now.
The video of driving around Campers Inn. I didn't mean to spend too much time on the RV there. We'll drive.
I need to find a succubus meme now, not to sort of be terrible to other women, But that's how Tim views Tammy now. I would view you as the succubus, Tim. I think it could be gender, either way.
Drive around the truck, and I'll show you this place. But let me go in there and get this tank drained for her. Hey, everybody, Sarah.
Tim. Sorry, guys, that flashed up real quick. Let's go over to this page instead. I stopped the videos because I got to be anyway. Look, this is for the 2026 Flagstaff, okay? And I take a look at this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this may be a larger checklist than the sort of basic maintenance on my condo. I know there's things that I do and I need to do one actually soon, which is drain out my water heater. I bought a hose that was not ever to be used outside, specifically to use in the house in order to drain that thing. So I think everyone knows. On top of, other things around the air handlers, changing filters, blah, blah, blah. But I was looking at this list and I was thinking to myself, this is potentially more work than a home. And it makes sense because it's, things on the home, like the roof for things, maybe once every 20 years, unless something happens to it. You just have to think it's a more substantial cost in that time. But this has a care routine that needs to be done by somebody who knows what they're looking at. And we noticed recently in one of Tim's videos that the ceiling in his camper looks like it's starting to fade away, and I'll pull up a video about that and just let you guys peek into that while we take also a look at this care maintenance here. So it says maintaining your recreational vehicle is a critical responsibility for all owners, and I am not going to read through all of this, I promise you. I will put the link for this page in the description box below for anybody to take a look. And even though this was for a 2026 Flagstaff microlight, I believe that it would be appropriate for Tim's 2024 as well. Might be slightly different on these breaker, what their voltage is. But otherwise, I think it's the same. So every time he uses it, now this is obviously if it's somebody who's had it just sort of sat at the house. Tim is obviously using these things on a daily basis. But this is the one that made me laugh. Verify awning operation. And we know that awning has not been functioning for some time. And Tim is just kind of like, he just lets these things go, kind of like he saw the drip inside of the Flagstaff closet. And until a neighbor came and helped him fix it, his solution had been for a very long time to put a towel down. So this is, he's supposed to do this leveling of the equipment operation, check the drain systems for leakage and damage. We know you just can't turn a blind eye. You can't verify all appliance operation, the fire extinguisher, the chassis oil. I mean, the slide swipe, the seals. There's a lot about the seals and inspecting for obstructions, because obviously if it's kind of more outside as it is, it's going to potentially get debris from just the environment coming into, areas. So there's all sorts of things. That's why people have often these like little, almost like RV port type places that I've seen here in our area. And people will park their RVs under there in order to kind of keep some of this debris away because they are not necessarily inexpensive. And if you want to really be able to enjoy the investment that you have made, you obviously have to, just like a car, like anything, you've got to make sure you're doing the regular maintenance on it. So every 3 months, Tim, you imagine, and we never see this. This could actually be content, but he, for his RV community, but he doesn't do it. He's supposed to check tire pressure, including spare, inspect tires for dry rot and tread depth. We know he was doing the slides but the only reason was because he brought them in for the weather. If he's doing this every 3 months, I doubt it, because he always is trying to state he could just, just doesn't need to do anything comparatively to having a sticks and bricks. But this seems to require a lot of maintenance, care, and work on something that is actually a depreciating asset. So you're not even going to really see a increase in the value of the property, even though you have to put this work in. It's really just because you're going to enjoy it. And if you maintain it, obviously you'll get longer use of your investment, but you're not going to make money back on it. It's not like a traditional piece of real estate. So you're supposed to wash the exterior with water and detergent. I don't think we have ever seen Tim, and he may not want to pay for the water because I don't know if the water is individually, like, paid, like they have their own meter each at the RV. It seems that would make sense because of, that would make sense to me that you would charge people per their usage rather than a general fee, like we have in my neighborhood. Our water is included in our condo fees. Anyway, I don't think he's ever talked about washing that thing. Can you imagine? This actually seems like what he's supposed to roll the unit slightly to avoid tire flat spots. Now he did obviously take the Flagstaff out the Georgia, but it's been a while now. It's amazing how time flies. But I feel like it's been a while. And I don't know if Tim, is doing that otherwise. He's supposed to like get the engine going, do all these things. It's like a windshield washer fluid if it's motorized diesel. Okay. And then every 6 months, he's got all these other things that he's supposed to do. Clean the roof. I don't think Tim's ever got up there to clean a roof. And people had spoken when the one time he kind of polished it, he didn't wash it ahead of time. So he could have just scratched debris into the surface of that thing. He's supposed to get out there, all these seals, inspect interior for water leaks. Well, yeah, we know how Tim handles a water leak. Sorry, I'm not bringing up every clip, but we all know. Well, if you don't go back, there's videos from other creators. I think I've talked about it too. He's supposed to do all these toilet filter cleanings if applicable. Inspect interior for water leaks. Oh, there's a lot. Twice they've said this. I'm telling you twice, Tim. Or maybe, and still he doesn't care. And then every year, you're supposed to get all this stuff done. Clean and lubricate roof vent mechanism. Wax. Okay, we know you did that, but we don't think you washed it ahead of time. We know you love some waxing of stuff. Silicone slide, room hydraulic cylinder rods, adjust and lubricate window latches. And he's had it for a couple of years now. I don't think it's had any of this stuff done. Well, you've been in there cleaning, but I don't know if you cleaned the carpets. I don't know if they have carpets. I think that was a flooring one, which makes sense. I wouldn't want to have carpet in an RV. Lubricate all seat mechanisms, perform chassis maintenance, check wheel nut. I guess these are some of them motorized. It's like, but that was the 2026 Forest River Flagstaff. Okay. I'm going to go over to this video where Tim, it's not too long, it gives us a tour. This was filmed in, I should give a date, March 22nd, 2025. So this is coming up to us a year ago. It's almost significant because of what he talks about in this video. And now we get to see the interior. And I'm curious if we look in this area, if we're going to see the deterioration on his, where he's having a problem up in this kitchen area here, because I can see it right here. If you look right here, it looks like he's having a problem with the seal between this cabinet.
Coffee time. I just woke up. 7:52 a.m. I'm sleeping later and later. What is going on?
Yeah, Tim's at 1.5 speed. Oh, that's the intro that he did not compensate JJ for. What a flashback in time. How things have changed.
Give me that coffee. Today, folks, I got it. Today starts the Tim Baker diet. That is no Mediterranean, no Atkins, no, what do you call carnivore, no ketovore, no nothing. That's exactly the diet. Don't eat nothing. You slide your ass away from the table, you'll lose weight. I've drawn a line in the sand. I'm going down. I'm losing my voice. The only thing I'm going to do is have coffee and eat salads with, vinaigrette on there and meat.
Oh, goodness. Tim's still going on about this. Nothing changed, hey? Still doesn't know what he wants to eat. Now it's 67 years old.
I'm going back to just eating meat. I'll survive. I'll survive with coffee, salads, and meat. I'd like to make some eggs this morning. Crush it. Yeah, got to do something. It's all over. My future's in the past. Crush it. There's nothing left for me to do in life. But
This video could have been filmed today. Oh, how nothing has changed in a year.
lose weight. That's my latest goal. That and, fix my heart and skin. Heater just came on. It's 47 degrees out there. Going with three.
Fix your heart. That's very telling, Tim. But then you say cardiologists are nonsense. Interesting thing you said there. Very interesting when you hear Tim from the past. We got Tammy, we got JJ. It's all go.
3 dips. 3 dips. Did you ever do dip? Woo! My grandmother did.
We know Tammy's still around. We know JJ isn't. Not for Tim, but for us.
I'm so glad I bought the propane yesterday. Went to Ace Hardware, filled up my big tank in the front. It wasn't that low for using the furnace all I do. Very happy with how.
So this is interesting because if you start to, hold on, because if you take a look at the very top left corner, I'm going to try to put my cursor. Well, I feel like if I put my cursor here, it puts, I don't know if you can see that, but right above where it says solo RV living morning coffee chat, above that, there seems to be some bubbling in the seal area between this cabinets and whatever is going on up here. Now that I don't know if that's, just because of how these cabinets were placed in, or is this showing a larger issue with whatever's happening with the roof? I don't know. I don't know enough about RV maintenance, but we've all started to notice this area is starting to look more and more like it's having an issue over time. Tim doesn't take this thing in. All that maintenance I just showed. Anyway.
Economical she is with that propane. And even, I've been using the stove a lot cooking. It was really surprising how little it took. I bought 8.7 gallons. And the little tank for the fireside chat was empty. And that holds 4 gallons. So I guess I took 5 gallons or equal to in the big tank. But I think they hold 7. It was about halfway down. It was about halfway. But it didn't take long to fill it. I told the guys, well, that didn't take long. He said, well, it wasn't empty. All right, good. I'm tempted with my new diet, not even to use half and half. But I will, put some on the bottom of the cup. I'm tired of throwing food away. I bought those chips.
No, you're not, because the other day you said you threw out some granola. So you continue with these habits to this day, Tim. This is why this is so fascinating to watch, because this could have been recorded today, February 2026. There's no progress made in a year.
Ate about half.
It's classic Tim. I mean, it's just like Chantel says she's going to be throwing out foodie, the Cheez-Its. I said, I think Tim does toss his stuff out. Oh my goodness. He has he has some disordered eating happening. I'm just trigger warning everybody. More than he likes to let people know. We've heard it from others who know Tim. He really does have a issue.
Threw them away. I threw away the rest of the lettuce, the rest of that cheese I made tacos with. I have a new lettuce, that's why I threw that old one away. I threw away that cheese. That was my bucket list. And I will have cream in my coffee. That's still one of my pleasures. It'd be better if I just drank it black. Come on, hurry up. I'm ready for some coffee. All right, I got to take Stalin's, eye drops. Look at this. I kind of organized I got to take these for the leg cramps. There's a Stalin.
Oh, here we go. Tim has over here, he's got some CoQ10, which I don't know about that. What's this over here? He's got a cough syrup, like Robitussin. That's in the corner. He's got atorvastatin, and I can't see the milligram amount. He's hidden the milligram amount. That would tell me if he, let's see if he turns it around. That would tell me how bad is his cholesterol. I can't tell until I see the milligram. If he's on a higher moderate dose.
I'm to take the D3.
I don't think I can see it. I can't see. Darn.
2,000 IUs of that.
Yeah.
And here's that baby aspirin, chewable.
Mhm.
I'll swallow these 3. And fortunately, I only have to do it once a day, all of it. So I knocked these out.
And then he said, not doing this anymore. The statin, he said he's done with that. So, but his diet is contraindicated for somebody who's supposedly on a statin medication if you're eating that much protein sourced from red meat.
At night, I do these before bedtime, the Stalin and the 10, whatever the hell that is. Somebody said I don't need it, but I paid $30 for them, so I'll eat them. And
it's got something else.
That's it.
That's something else in the bottom there. Gosh, I wish I could see these better. If you don't know, I am a registered nurse here in the United States. And even though I do not treat or diagnose, I just do this for information and educational purposes. Okay. So I am nosy in a medication cabinet. As I should be. Oh, he's got so I can't see everything. Darn. I wonder if, oh my God, I wish I could read these. I can see the letters, but I can't see them well enough to actually, clearly see what that one at the bottom is. I wonder if that's the Ambien chaser.
I went through here last night and kind of threw away a lot of stuff that I'm not using.
That's not good. Because the way that Tim throws things out, it probably is not safe for the environment, how he disposes of his medications. Now, Tim has a lot of coffee grains. So he could do something really good for the environment, but Tim's just, he's not that bright, in my opinion. You could put the coffee grains into a supermarket bag, plastic, just whatever plastic bag you have without a hole in it, because you're going to be putting used coffee granules in that. So after Tim has made his coffee, you could just dump it. It doesn't matter if it's got the paper cup, doesn't matter. You just want to get those coffee grains. And then for any old medications that you have, just throw the coffee, the pills into those grains and make sure that, the pills are getting, with lots of those coffee granules, used coffee granules. Don't have them. You want the used stuff, the wet, used ones. So it's a great way to use your coffee granules and also safely dispose of your medications you no longer wish to use. Don't throw them into the toilet. Don't throw them into the trash can. Just open up the container and toss the pills, syrups, any type of medication, creams, topical creams, anything. All of these things have active ingredients that could be harmful to our waterways and to our ground. And so that he could do that, but he probably just tossed it in the bin because he's not very bright. He's just not.
Down here are just some bonus B12. I like to take one of those to get you hopped up. Let me add that one to the list here. And then these others are all vitamin C's that I don't know how to accumulate them. There's a vitamin C 1000. Here's a vitamin E. Probably should take that too. There's a vitamin C 500 milligrams. Now, how did I get 2 vitamin C? What's the point? So
we don't know if Tim's taking any of this now. We do know he likes the duels with an Ambien chaser, in my opinion.
It's so weird. You get old, you get all these pills. Now, albeit some of those are vitamins, it's okay, but ta-da! Did my dishes last night. Now I need to put them away this morning. The CC Rider's out here. Reflections.
Uh-oh.
I had this in my storage. The vacuum.
That's a shout out to the haters on the Reflection. And then the CC Rider, that gone. He was trying to sell that.
I'm going to run it this morning. I don't have the handle anymore. It's kind of I threw it away. The handle was
He was trying to say he wasn't trying to sell it while it was like listed on Auto Trader and Kelly Blue Book and all sorts of places. He's just such a liar. But I'm looking over here and I don't quite see the puckering that we may see today. Puckering, that's the word. All right, I just want you to get to the part where you mentioned JJ's name so we can light out of this boring video.
long, and I just have the short part. Works pretty good. I'll run it over some stuff. I probably got crumbs in my seats. I mean, I need to do some spring cleaning. Come on, coffee.
You also need to do maintenance on that Flagstaff.
Thank you, Furnace, for shutting off. Let's go look outside. See if it's too cold out here.
Oh, okay, let's.
Oh, there comes the sunshine. Oh, look at all the contrails.
Over the outside.
There's a jet going right.
Let's bring back in.
I might get another one from JJ. They got them a new $high one to go with that $high kitchen. The only thing wrong with the one they had, you see in my videos, beautiful coffee maker, is the timer doesn't work. They can't set it at night and have it ready for them in the morning. So they said, you have it.
Well, guess what, Tim? It was donated to a charity because though you feel like you can get things from everybody, like you took off with Johnny Vegas's golf clubs, luckily they held on to their coffee maker and could decide a better place to donate it to, other than a skeezy old con man like you, in my opinion.
I don't care. As you can see, I make it here. I mean, I could have had it pre-made and then just push the button. But
no, whatever, Tim. Okay, let's take a look at his today's morning chat. Tim on a roll. He is here, but the reason why I really wanted to take a look at this, and we'll end this video out, is that I wanted to try to show the progression of what the seal around the cabinetry of this Flagstaff, because obviously this is attached to the roof up here. And I guess this is things that you are supposed to take a look at. So why has this over time? Now, this we saw early in the history of the Flagstaff. And I don't know if I'm trying to figure out if I don't know if it's, I'm hoping my cursor is showing up on here. And then at the top up here, to the left-hand corner where the cabinet meets the top of the roof. And then I think it's starting to show going out towards the other side of that cabinet towards the right corner. So it seems like the left and the right corner and potentially along the top of the cabinets are starting to show some changes up there. But we'll let Tim talk for a minute. We'll take a look. Then we'll end this video because it's gotten a little long already. But here we are. This is from this morning. We see the same mug. And that could refer to two things as being a mug. All right, take it away.
one small thing, because I'm always saying don't watch the news and think positive and just turn that crap off. Come on in here. While at the gym yesterday at Planet Fitness.
Thank you. This is good. Well, the only problem is it's hard to tell. Sorry, Tim. Because it's, the light now it's doing it. But one thing I can tell, and we can tell that Tim's just, he's going to rant about the haters today. And we'll save this video for a better review. But thank you, Tim. Yeah, I don't want to hear you rant about the haters again. Goodness me. Now changing, guys. Now changing. All right. Well, if you did like this content and you think that Tim should be out there doing a little bit more Flagstaff maintenance, make sure that you hit those likes. Subscribe. If you did get this far, leave me a... is there a camper emoji? I don't know. Is there like an RV camper? Do they have that type of recreational vehicle emoji? If they do, please leave me something like that to say you got this far in this video. And we can only hope that the Flagstaff, which is an investment made by the American people, will get the love and care that it needs. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.